Hey lovely sexy gaming people. Okay, so welcome to today's video, which is a White Dwarf 492. We did, as we've been getting on a regular basis now, get some carded inserts. So we got a full page mission for Warhammer 40k and a battle plan for Age of Sigmar. And then we get another White Dwarf paint recipe card. We get a couple of progress bunker cards, and then we get some cards for deceptions in the Warhammer 40. I think that's kill team actually, in the kill team section of 40k. So let's get this open. Great artwork on the front of the Terminator. So on the cards it says, this issue we bring you a double-sided card pull-out featuring our scenario of the month, making in-game reference easy, the kill team deception cards you'll need for our skirmish missions, and 2 achievement cards for recording your bunker scores. So that's what they've sent, and let's get into contact. So letters, questions, miniatures sent in by you, our readers. I like this avatar of Kane. Really, really gorgeous. Gorgeous fire effects and glow effects on that. That's just superb. Oh my god, what's this? It's a snail with deviation. On the shell of mulch, the trusty steed of Grandfather Nurgle's favourite gardener. Horticulus Slimux. Okay. Lords of Warhammer, exploring the heraldry and iconography of the Free Cities. So, is this going to be Age of Sigmar, or is this the old world stuff now? So, background fluff on iconography there. Right, White Dwarf Bunker, access granted. White Dwarf's Bunker, the world's biggest and best Warhammer club. The Slide Crown Isle, 21 narrative campaign, or a narrative campaign. Oh, I hate this. Hate this calligraphy style. Challenges: track your bunker achievements and see how you compare to other club members. So we had this last time. Various bits and pieces. Then some info about various clubs and games. The Combat Patrol League. Okay, Infogeist Pursuit, which is our mission for 40k. And then Fluctuations of Power, which is our mission, our battle plan for Age of Sigmar. Kill Team, Elaborate Deceptions. So this is where our cards come in. So what have we got? We've got Deception, Inspiration. You can do one of the following. Gain 1 command point. Block the effects of your opponent's deception card. They must discard it as normal. Seize the initiative. In the initiative phase, instead of rolling off to determine initiative, you select which player has the initiative. Both players can decide the initiative, roll off as normal. Hero or Zero. When an operative is activated, you can either add or subtract 1 from his APL. Surprise: at the start or end of a friendly operative's activation, you can change its order. And then Fog of War. When an enemy operative would be activated, roll 1d6 until the end of the turning point. That operative cannot be activated or perform actions until it is the last enemy operative to be activated, or a number of enemy operatives have been activated equal to the result of the D6, whichever comes first. Okay, so some interesting game effects there. So here we go, deceptions. And then we have in the basic training. So this is a article. They did something a little while ago. It's just an article on movement and how you can move to prevent deep strike, move to shoot, move to charge, get out of trouble, to achieve mission conditions, to block an enemy unit's movements, to block an enemy unit's movements too. So 2 options there for blocking movement, and then to take control of an objective. Hobby Hangout, painting the Aegis defense line for your battlefield. So we got a painting stage by stage there. And then we've got some paint recipes for different colours. I must admit I'm a little bit boring. I tend to, if I'm painting stuff like this where it's something which is produced as a fortification, an STC fortification, I'll probably end up painting it a green colour and then dry brushing Deathcore drab, and then a lighter dry brush of Elysian green over the top for my kind of stuff. That's how I did my containers from the Unitorum Armoured Containers set. Right, satellite uplink, showing off elite warriors and club news from around the world. Oh, some nice Death Company there, Blood Angels Death Company. Ogrid Theridons. Hedraka's Mad Mob. Tempestus Scions. And Paragon Warsuits. I need to finish mine. I need to finish all mine from Imperium so that I can do a video. Oh wow, they're nice. Blood Knights. Oh, I like those. And then we have Necropolis Stalkers, some Aberrants, and Deathshroud Bodyguard. Warhammer 40,000 in the grim darkness of the far future. There is only war. Echoes from the war. A look into the creation of Combat Patrol. So, background interview, I suppose, on how Combat Patrol was tweaked for 10th edition. Faces of the Devourer. This looks like it's potentially background fluff. Yeah, this is going to be background fluff on how, looks like it's background fluff on how the Tyranids will invade a planet. Brush tips. Right, heavy metal brush tips for Terminators. Okay. There's some nice colour schemes here. Got Imperial Fists and obviously Deathwing. Raven Guard. Exorcists. Marines Errant. Knights of the Raven. Blood Angels. Salamanders. Space Wolves. White Templars. Howling Griffins. Raptors. I do like the Raptors. I like the tactical colour that they chose for their plate armour. It's the reason why I originally went with Dark Angels, because they were a dark green. Hawklords and Size of the Emperor. We have White Scars, we have Flesh Tearers, Crimson Fists, Black Templars, and yeah, there you go. So there's plenty there, and each one has a paint recipe for how they've achieved the armour. Right, this looks like fiction. Suffer Not the Unclean, Black Templars versus Tyranids, and then Sweeping Raid, Combat Patrol Battle Report. So we are Astra Militarum against Orcs by the look of it. Battlefield setup, looks like they're using the short board edges on each one. So a few pages on the battle report here. And then Age of Sigmar, Eternal War for the Conquest of the Mortal Realms. Tale of 4 Warlords. So what have they been getting up to this month? So we obviously have the Spread of Chaos, The Boys Are Back, The Unquiet Dead, The Rising Moon. And this looks like some background fluff, Arc Arcana. So the Vampire, no, the Varan Spire, I should say, the Crimson Keep, Gothizar, Plague Spire. So is this just background fluff on various locations within the Mortal Realms? Spoils of the Wild. Smashing stuff is good, but smashing bigger stuff is better. And again, this looks like some fiction for background fluff. Friends in Need. Allied forces wage war in multiplayer games of Age of Sigmar. And you've got a chart here for allies. Coalition Allies Matrix. Battleforged Coalition, a Fractious Coalition, or a Desperate Coalition. Deadly Dueling, Perilous Positions, and Weird Hollow Bladeborn, for this is Warcry. So we have Ephelim's Pandemonium fighter cards and abilities, Domitan's Storm Coven, Skabik's Plague Pack, the Headsman's Curse, and that's your luck. And then Warhammer Underworlds for your deck building. Born of War 2, so we're into Warhammer Horus Heresy. So this is following on from last month's article examining the heraldry and iconography of Space Marines. Ultramarines, Death Guard, Thousand Sons, Sons of Horus, Word Bearers, Salamanders, Raven Guard, Alpha Legion, and the Darkness Lifts for Necromunda. Aranthian Succession. As the heat sinks at the heart of the hives, reignite and comms are restored. The scale of rebellion is revealed. Rob Crouchy brings us news from the Underhive. Murder Dolls. Okay. Oh, I love this, like, stick insect. This looks very similar. If you've seen Kong Skull Island, this looks very similar in concept to the stick insect that one of the pilots sits on in the film. That's what that reminds me of. And then Black Library, Between the Lines, Chaplain Safax of the Tomekeepers uncovers a sinister plot. And inside the studio, the Spring League. Orders, Sir, the answers. So there was an orders question about movement, and this is recommendations and their solution. Wow. Heavy Dreadnought, that's nice. Some Imperial Fists and Justarian Terminators. Right, next issue is 21st of October. So there you go, that was White Dwarf 492. Hope you enjoyed that quick flick through as to what they've got in it this month. And hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.